Hey guys, today on Low Carb with Jennifer, I'm going to show you how to make these delicious and so easy keto blueberry muffins. They are fluffy and filled with amazing blueberries. They're so good. Hey guys, let's get started with these blueberry muffins. They are so good, and I use a secret ingredient to make my keto blueberry muffins. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, I've got 2.5 cups of almond flour, finely ground almond flour in this bowl. And we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. So I'm going to stir these dry ingredients in here with my almond flour. And we've got one more dry ingredient. We've got 1/2 cup of powdered sweetener. Not powdered, sorry, granulated sweetener. And of course, if you watch my videos, you know I love Lakanto granulated sweetener. It is my favorite. I usually buy it on Amazon. You can just go to Amazon and search Lakanto. And it's their granulated sweetener. It's the best in my opinion. Okay, now that is our dry ingredients. This recipe is so easy. All of my muffin recipes are so easy. But these are particularly delicious because they're blueberry, of course. And my husband just loves these. These are his favorite muffins. So now we're gonna add 3 large eggs we've already beat them just so they're easier to incorporate into our almond flour. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And our secret ingredient is fat-free. You don't have to use fat-free, but I do just because. Greek yogurt. The reason why I use fat-free is because usually the fat-free one has less carbs than the full fat version, which is very surprising, but it's true. And so I use the Greek yogurt, which reacts with the baking soda to make the blueberry muffins rise. This reduces, I like to use this in place of like a lot of butter. It just reduces the amount of calories in the muffins. They're still pretty high in calories because of the almond flour. And you know, we don't need to add even more fat. It's not like a fat free-for-all on keto, even though some people think it is, but it's not. So anyway, it makes them nice and fluffy. They get a really good rise. And it's, I don't know, just delicious. So there's our batter, and you could use this batter for all kinds of muffins. This is like the base recipe for all of my muffin recipes. Chocolate chip, you could put nuts in it, you can put bananas in it, but if you put bananas in it, don't put in the Greek yogurt. Okay, so now we're gonna fold in 1 cup of blueberries, fresh blueberries, but you could also use frozen. I've done that too. And that's it. That is our super simple muffin recipe. So now we're going to get our muffin tin here. It's lined with parchment paper liners, and we've sprayed the liners just so they don't stick. And I've got a 3 tablespoon food disher. You can find these on Amazon. They're so handy. For this 3 tablespoon version, I make keto biscuits and muffins. And then I have a 2 tablespoon one that I use for cookies, meatballs, and then even smaller, like 1 tablespoon for like fat bombs. But these are so amazing. I'm gonna scoop out my batter into my muffin liners. And you can fill these up because they don't really get like overflow like a traditional cupcake or muffin would do if you were to fill them up. But you just want to distribute the batter evenly to all of the muffin liners. So we have 12 muffins. Okay, these are ready for the oven. We're gonna bake them in a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. They're gonna get golden brown on top. They're gonna puff up, and then a toothpick will come out clean. Okay, here are our blueberry muffins out of the oven, and they are perfect. They took 18 minutes. Look at all of that delicious blueberry goodness. Look at that. When you have the fresh blueberries like this, they just burst, and look at that. Look at that. Let's try a bite. So good. Perfect blueberry muffin. You're gonna love this recipe, so be sure you check it out. Also, check out this recipe. If you click this video right here, if you're on YouTube, you can click this video and go right to my recipe for keto chocolate chip muffins. So good and easy, just like these. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.